Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Sorry, I'm a minute late. I just busy stuff. Busy stuff going on. We got a lot of things to cover. Okay, so we actually don't have that much to cover. That was a lie. I covered a lot yesterday in my 1 hour live stream. Today, we do have a big announcement. I didn't know that they were going live for it. They are going to go on Twitter Spaces in about 15 minutes, and we'll listen in there, and we'll be able to go and get we'll be able to go and see what that is. They did make a couple of really interesting tweets this morning. I'll go over some of those real quick before we get to it. We'll take a look at, I guess we'll do it from the last, geez, they've been tweeting a lot. All right, so the last couple hours, they had saying, hey, here's the info on this week's Marvel drops. So this week's Marvel drops are really interesting. So typically, I'll go over the posters, because the posters we've had, oh, okay, now I have 80 sets. That's interesting. They updated this, they updated the sets for something, and I'm not sure what it was. They gave me an extra set, and I'm not sure what it is. Anyway, one of the things they had done last time is the Marvel's Avengers poster. So the Marvel's Avengers poster was in San Diego Comic-Con. There were 1,160 of them, meaning that there were 1,070 of them because they keep 90, and they're $20 now. I paid $33 for it. They're $20 now. They were $30 when they first came out. An ultra rare. Oh no, it's a secret rare, and it's below retail. But when you take a look at the new one, there's only 600 editions for this poster. So there's thinking like, okay, poster, I don't really care. There's not a lot, there's not a lot of growth. Even though this is a secret rare, there's only 600 editions, so there's 510 of them. So there's really not a lot of these. And these are only $30 as well. They could put this at $60, probably would have sold out. I think this will, it's a con exclusive as well. So I would say this is something that you definitely go for, definitely go above retail, at least in the short term, and long term as well. Kingpin looks really heckin' cool. Like, he looks good, and it's just in time for the Echo series. So you have Daredevil series where they're going to do the Mayor Fisk storyline, where Fisk runs Mayor. So they're going to do that storyline. They're going to have Echo thing. Jessica Jones is going to be in it. I think she's going to be kidnapped, or someone's going to be kidnapped. Devil and Jessica Jones team up or whatever. But Kristen Ritter's coming back for that. Obviously, I have Charlie Cox coming back for this. You do have Vincent Zulo coming back for this. Very, very exciting for all this. And he's one of Daredevil's big villains. He's a Spider-Man villain. You've seen him in the Spider-Man animated series. I'm really, really excited to get him. But that being said, 2,444 of him at 40. I mean, let's say so 2,354. So 94,000. Yeah, it's a con exclusive. Yeah, they'll probably sell out. Daredevil's a pretty big character. He's not going to get his own show, but he will get a. He's going to be in a bunch of the different Marvel shows that are going to come out. I don't think he'll necessarily be in Secret Wars, although there is a scene in Secret Wars. It's one of the, I think it's one of the tie-ins, or like what's going on, like different people popping out of existence. So what Daredevil does, or maybe it was in Civil War. This might be in Civil War, where you have like Jack Lantern, you have King, you have a whole bunch of like second, third tier villains in like a bar or whatever, and Daredevil goes like, just because the superheroes are out there, they're fighting each other, doesn't mean that my war stop. And then he goes and it just lights up the entire place, just blood and guts everywhere. It's I'm dying. Oh god. But it's a beautiful scene. Guys, I'm not gonna make this live. This is this is gonna happen. This can happen in 8 minutes. I'm gonna be live. I'm going down. I'm going down before then. Okay. Okay. All right. A little better now. A little better now. Okay. Where was I? Let's see what we got here. Okay. After that, obviously, you have the Uncanny X-Men #1. That secret rare looks really dope. You have the rare and ultra rare, which are again the Veve variants, the Veve exclusives, those comic covers. These are 10,000 editions, 20. So yeah, it'll be a couple 100,000 for Veve on that. Shout out to them. And again, these the X-Men ones that are happening on Sunday, the Professor X and the Magneto, they look really cool. I don't know what to. There's 2,800 each. Actually, they're both well. Professor X, there's 2,666 of him. Magneto, there's 2,888 of him. So together, I don't know, 2,576 and 27. 2,576 plus 798 equals, all right, 740. $214,000 for these. I don't think they'll sell out. I don't know though. They might. There's not a ton of them, but there's also. All right. So the reason I think these will sell out is because they are first appearance. They are con exclusive. They are the mutants. Like they are like they're not just they're random X-Men. They are the X. They are the kings of their own classes. Both level 5 mutants. They're absolutely incredibly powerful. And again, con exclusives. And it's not like you're getting them in like 2 different poses. There's 2 different ones of them. They're at New York Comic Con. I really do wish we would have gotten a Marvel Mighties, but I'm pretty happy with what this is. Again, you have something super scarce on Thursday. You have Kingpin coming in on Friday. He looks really good. You have that amazing comic on Saturday, and we'll wrap it out on Sunday. And there may not be another drop. I don't know what it would be, but that may or may not be able to happen. I don't know. I'm going to go over some of the comments now before we go live, and before I die, because apparently that's on the table still. We got Miss Planet Prophet. What's up? Yo, what's up, Wheel? Thanks for becoming a member. We rock. I love you. Ben Don says, good evening. Hope you are better, Randy. I'm trying. I'm trying so freaking hard. You know, we shall see. Mm-hmm. We shall see. Pump up the algo. Pump it up. Pump it. Jam. 4th leg. Smash. Sharon. Ask. Get that bread. Yo, what up, Bill Gardner? My bae. What's up? What's up, Roble? Can we start a rumor that they're going to give out beta VVverse access to New York Comic Con? I like the rumor that the real Randy Chavez has never felt the warmth of a woman. I like that rumor. That's a fun rumor. I don't know who started that. Somebody's like, yo, Randy, I bet you're a virgin. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I am. How do you know? What time is the Veve New York City kickoff event? I received the email, but the time zone is not mentioned. Okay, so the gold and silver logo peeps, those people get there at 7. No, it starts at 7. I would suggest getting there at 6:30. Get there at 6:30. If you have the event from the Grim, the Grin Grim, the Mogul, the Grim Mogul. If you have that RSVP, I think that starts at 8. I'm not 100% sure. I just get in line as soon as you can, because they're going to literally let people in like every 45 minutes. Like every 45 minutes, okay, you're good, you can come out. They're literally going to continue letting people in until 1 a.m. At 1 a.m., the last group of people come in, and then whoever's there, great. If you don't get in, you don't get in. But the party's over at 2. So, and there's going to be anything and everything will happen at that party. This is why the logo is so important. And they're going to do it bigger and big. Like they're going to do this again and again and again to no avail. And this is why the gold logo will double and it will triple again. I know 3 people that are getting one in the next week. And you heard it here first. I mean, you heard it here yesterday, so that was first. But you know what I mean. Full attack. Who's hungry? Yep. 15 minutes. Sorry if I worded wrong. I'm not asking about the Twitter Spaces, but the actual kickoff event for the people who got the mogul grid. I'm actually not sure. The mogul grid might be. Hang on. 1 second. I have no idea the last time I took one, but I would say get there at make sure you have that invite as well. If you have that invite, have that RSVP, bring that email. Bring a phone that has that email. What's up, Zero House? What are anyone in chat's top 2 hopium ideas for the big announcement today? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm really hoping that Paramount Pictures, baby. Let's go. We know that David has been teasing them for months. We know that he has licenses from Recur after Recur went down. I'm betting one of them is Paramount Pictures. Hoping one is Hello Kitty. But I'm going to say Paramount Pictures. Nickelodeon, baby. Let's go. Cardinal Ghost Slayers, good afternoon, Randy and chat. Need you to cop me a physical blue and red Veve cover The Addiction. If I can get one, it's for me, bro. Big Soup Gang. Yeah. What's up, real Chandy Chavez? We match. Hey fam, ready for some Veve news? Oh, I'm ready. Use the GOAT. I'm trying my best. Hashtag no more noodles. Hashtag we need noodles. Oh, who's gonna win? The no more noodles or the we need noodles? Smarty pants. That was good. Let go, brother. What % confidence do you think you know what it is? I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have Paramount Pictures. Is that going to be the announcement? I have no idea. I have no idea what the announcement is. I'm pretty sure you have Paramount. So with that, you have. What's the Nickelodeon? You have Rugrats. You have Hey Arnold. You have Cat Dog. TMNT. Teenage Ninja Turtles. SpongeBob would be great. You can go old school with it. You could have all that. You could have the Amanda Show. You could have Drake and Josh. Like Nickelodeon has a wide variety of complex licenses. You could have a lot of things for. I would say that, remember Chalk Zone, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, the Jimmy Timmy trilogy. Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents, Wands and Wings, Odie Brownie things. The announcement is who's going to your Comic-Con to get the con exclusive? Randy Straight. I don't know. I'm gonna have it tested tomorrow, see what it is, but I don't know what it is. Keep it posted. Feel a secret stop incoming. Oh, a secret drop would be great. Oh, by the way, here is the. All right, see what we got here. Okay, come on. Where is it? Seriously, where is it? Supposed to be here at 3 p.m. with the fudge. Why are they not? They should be live. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Yep. Get this party started. It's today. Let's go. Ow. Let me in. Why is it not started yet? All right. You know what, Veve? I will allow that. Yep. That'd be great. Down at the flu and watch Randy's live stream on the day off. Oh, dude, this flu's been going around. Whatever I had was rough. Pretty better now. But more days. 3 more days. Today's Monday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 more days. Hey, wait. Oh, Phil, you get here on Friday, though, right? Maybe. Yeah. Wolverine dropped. They did tease Wolverine. They did, but I don't. Maybe. Chow's out. No, it's not Pokemon. Let's get this freaking bread. I love this game. Oh, okay. It says, hey, yo. Oh, God. Wait. Space. Hold on. Yeah, with the fudge, Veve. Space is late. Like I said, I might have to tap out. Oh, it's Mondo Freeman. Oh, looky. Excuse me. Anyway, catch a party someday when I actually have some crypto profits. Got 4 to 5 hulks, 125 and secret rare 115. Need VVDM feed tags ain't working. Yeah. I would like that as well. Do you get more points for a con exclusive? I don't think so. I don't think you get more points for it. I think it was just it's just cool to get. Yeah. Chalk Zone, dude. Nickelodeon. Okay, so back in the day, it started off okay. Um, Cat Dog, Hey Arnold, Rugrats, really, really good. Hey Arnold was super good. And then, this is the pre-SpongeBob era. So you had all that. You had, I think the Amanda Show was pre-SpongeBob era, maybe. Drake and Josh was not. I think that was on afterwards or around the same time. Fairly Odd Parents is really good. But, that SpongeBob, oh my God. The first couple seasons of SpongeBob is some of the best animated, it's the best animated series like ever. Like it, I love the writing. I love the style. I love a lot of anime. The storytelling is so much different than American cartoons, but even that, like SpongeBob, the first couple of seasons, you just can't compare. Anyway, but yeah, anime's Chalk Zone's great. They had a lot of stuff. JK, what up, yo? Well, I really wish that they would have really leaned into the Cartoon Network a little more. You had Two Stupid Dogs, you had Dexter's Laboratory. They even have the spinoff of Adventure Time right now. It's Fiona and Cake instead of Finn and Jake. It's Fiona and Cake. So I really wish they had that. They should have kept a little bit more with it. All right, David says it's happening now. Let's go. I don't know if I can play that because I might get demonetized, so I won't. But it was a song. The song, not like movie, a song would be great. What's up, Jake Hill? Best IP Nickelodeon has, yeah, Avatar. Oh my God, that was so good. Last Airbender, I personally never watched it, but Prince Toby, Prince Toby, you have homework. Watch that freaking show. Like, have you ever watched Avatar? That is one of outside of SpongeBob. That is like the best show that Nickelodeon has ever done. And then you have Legend of Korra, which is really great as well. The third and fourth seasons are third season's like peak. First season's good, second season is third season is oh my God. And then the fourth season is good too.
Very exciting to have today with some conversation about this week's drop. Marvel, as you can see, is really coming hard with the drops this week for this New York Comic Con. We're really excited about everything that is dropping. We do actually have some other announcements to make today. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome my co-hosts today, Ryan and Corey from the BB team. Gentlemen, how the hell are you?
Language.
So good and so happy to be here.
Nice. All right, so are you guys prepared or what? Are we still, are you anything like me where you haven't packed yet and you're still making checklists of everything that you need to prepare for New York?
I don't pack until the night before. That way I'm good and tired for the flight. So I just sleep through the whole thing. But whenever we came home from San Diego Comic-Con, I did the same thing and I fell asleep on the plane on the way home and it just never left. And so I was stuck at the airport, like the plane got stuck on the tarmac for like an hour and a half or something. And I was like, why are we still here? What's happening?
Oh man, isn't it the worst? You fall asleep and you wake up and you think you're like halfway home or at least home, but no. Brutal. Okay, well, let's see. I have invited David up to speak. I see he's in there. Maybe he's not quite ready yet, but that's okay. We are expecting Vincent Zulo of The Addiction today, so hopefully he can join. So if you guys keep an eye out for him, or what's the marketing guy?
Andrew from Mondo.
Yeah, Mondo. Dr. Mondo or whatever he's calling himself on Twitter. Yeah. Looking forward to hearing from them, because this is obviously a big deal for us. It's our first foray into a digital and physical comic book release, which is amazing. For those of you who don't know or haven't heard Vincent in spaces as of late, interacting with people on Twitter, or have watched Corey's breakdown video of The Addiction, which is amazing, by the way. Great video. I highly suggest you check that out.
Thank you.
On our YouTube channel. Did a great job of getting into Vincent's backstory and just the passion he's bringing to his first comic book title, and we're really excited to be part of that. But since you did the interview, Corey, would you mind just taking a few minutes and giving us a high level of what The Addiction is and what we can expect from this release?
Addiction is really cool.
Sure, The Addictions, like you said, are
they do
first
drugs.
foray into a physical and digital comic. The team behind it is just amazing. If you haven't watched that breakdown, and if you're not familiar with Vincent and just the legacy that he has created, this is a guy who grew up with two older brothers who read comics, and as like a little 3-year-old, he would crawl and take the comics, and he couldn't even read them, and he would flip through them. Fast forward just a few years, and he's pushing comic carts on the streets of New York, selling comics from carts. And then fast forward, he opens with his partner one of the largest, if not the largest and most prominent physical comic shops in the world, Metropolis Collectibles. And I mean, just the staff that they have there. I mean, people that work there created CGC grading. Like the concept of CGC grading that didn't happen until like early 2000s. His coworkers and the people that he worked with came up with that. So having Vincent spend a lifetime wanting to make a comic, and us being lucky enough to be the ones that release it, it's just an immense thing. And the writers and the artists that he got involved with it, it's just a dream team. It's such a lucky, fortunate thing for us.
Well, speak of the devil and the devil appear. Vincent is on stage with us. How the heck are you?
So is David, right?
Can you hear us? Are you on mute?
Vincent might be muted.
Hey, here I am.
Oh, you guys are together.
Yes, we're sitting in my office. Stacks of The Addiction just came in from the printer, and we are surrounded by The Addiction everywhere.
Amazing. I love it. All right.
It's
well,
on the
David. Yeah. Let's go. All right. So David's already in the New York groove. We got kicked off there with Space Jam.
Really.
So, yes, indeed. So, hey, Vincent, it's really good to hear from you. I really enjoyed the interview you did with Corey for our YouTube channel and the blog. But, he started giving a little bit of a backstory here about like what your background is and where you come from. But do you want to give us from the video, the quote unquote elevator pitch of The Addiction and how this all came to be?
Sure. It's my pleasure. So, Addiction originally started. I was sitting at a drafting table in my basement where I was running my company, Vincent's Collectibles, my first mail order company. And I was like, I wanted to be a comic book artist. But I really it was just so much work to learn how to draw a hand. I was sitting there, I started drawing. Is this existential moment? What am I doing on this planet? What are we doing on this earth? And then it transforms into I'm basically going, oh, wait a second, let's make a comic book. All right, so what is this character? This character's dedicated. So the Addiction starts off, he's a detective. His name is Detective Nick Otino. And he's a detective who's infiltrated the mob, and he's an undercover narcotics detective. He gets found out by the mafia. They kidnap him and basically shoot him up with a cocktail of drugs, leave him for dead. And he doesn't die. He comes back with this unusual power. Basically, from his slightest touch, he can inject any drug into a person's body. About a year goes by, talking to my friend David Quinn, who is an incredible comic writer. I started telling him about this. Decided we're going to partner up, and we're going to take this to the next level and actually make a comic book out of it. And we started to evolve the character. The character changed from a male detective, and we made him into a female character. And her name is Dr. Nikki Tino, and obviously Nikki Tino is a play on nicotine, one of the great addictions of this world. And it evolved from there, and basically from that point, we got another artist involved, and her name was Aletha Martinez, and she did the first addiction comic book, but we never went to print. So it sat in a closet for, gosh, almost 20 years or so. And basically, during the pandemic, during the lockdown here in New York, which became kind of the epicenter for the coronavirus, the COVID, what have you, I was basically sitting there every day facing my own mortality. If I touched the wrong thing, and
Really?
I could die. Everybody, we're all facing our mortality. And I said to myself, if my number was up tomorrow, what do I wish I would have done? I said, you know what? I wish I would have made my own comic book. So I called up David the next morning. I said, David, I want to get back to work on the addiction. He said, I love it. And I was so happy and ecstatic. We got back.
Really want to interview him.
And we basically evolved the character even further and came up with a new story. And that's the one that you guys are going to get a chance to read in a few days at New York Comic Con. It is a labor of love. It is something I'm incredibly passionate about. I've been reading comic books before I could even read. I was looking at them, as Corey mentioned. And when I graduated from St. John's University, I was selling comic books in the streets of Manhattan. I had 2 card tables, 8 boxes of books, driving to the city, set up on Broadway between John and Maiden by the financial district. And it was just an incredible learning experience. I built my business from there. And again, you can't really, there are certain points in your life where you say, you know what, I may fail, I may succeed, I may do this, I may do that. But if I don't try, and I don't give it a shot, then you're never going to know. And this is one of those moments where I just said to myself, I said, David and I, we agreed, win, lose, or draw, we're coming out with the addiction. And then we started coming up with really interesting ideas on how we could get this out there to the world in a way that cuts through the clutter of all the other comic books in the marketplace. And one of those ways is obviously through the incredible community of Veve. Dave, you and I have been friends for a couple of years now. When I told him my idea, loved it. And what was even better for me, him loving it as a business idea was great. Him loving the comic book itself, it just warmed my heart. And he's a true blue comic book fan. He loves comic books. So getting into business with someone like him just made it even much stronger and much better. And then seeing the outpouring of positivity and kindness from the Veve community has been incredible. I mean, it has been beyond what we could have imagined. We are really, really flattered and humbled, and being the inaugural comic book that digital and print through Veve is just more than I could have ever expected. And now it is my belief that we will have a successful comic book. And what I mean by that, beyond
thank you for being a member.
Financial success is one thing, but for me, I put down in my mind that the way this comic book is a success is that people read it and they enjoy it. And if I have people coming up to me saying, hey, I read your comic book and it really was great, I loved it, that's going to be incredible for me. That is going to make my day, my week, my month, my year, my life. It's going to be really amazing to get to meet so many people from the Veve community who I've been meeting just on X. But now I'm going to get to meet them in person in a few days. My whole team is going to be there. Just to give you some perspective on how much time, effort, and energy we poured into this. We searched for 6 months to find the right artist, interior artist for this comic. We found an incredible artist. Her name is Claudia Balboni. She has been drawing comics for, I think, about 13 years now. And she has done Star Trek, The Killer Bees, Fair Lady, and a whole bunch of other titles. And what I love about Claudia's artwork is that it kind of is a combination of European art, Japanese manga, and anime styles, which I think when you see the interiors of the books, you see what's going on, you'll get a very good feel for that. But what's even cooler is I'm actually going to meet Claudia for the first time at New York Comic Con, because Claudia lives in Rome, Italy, and she and I and David have never actually spoken. We've only communicated via email for the last couple of years. So then we had this incredible experience down in Miami, this little show. And I always say this, even if you go to a small show, every experience in your life, something good can come of it. And I'm sitting there at my booth, I'm selling vintage comic books. And this guy walks up to me and he said, "Hey, I don't know if you have a comic book store, but I made my own comic book. And I'd like to know if you want to carry it in your store." I looked at it. I start thumbing through the pages, and it's really good. And I looked at one of the characters, and I said, this character looks a little bit like the main character in my comic book, Nikki. And I showed a picture of her that I had on my phone and said, "Wow, it's pretty interesting." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Your art's really good. We should his name is Rising Star. There's a ton of independent publishers. Dynamite. Now he is the cover artist for not one issue of The Addiction, but all three. So the first story arc is 3 issues. And Andres Labrada has done the Grimaldi's cover, which I'll get into in a little bit, as well as the BB Blue and BB Red, which are variations of one another. And then he's doing a cover for issue number 2, which there are 2 variations on that, and a cover for issue number 3. And each one of them, in my opinion, are just stellar, like pop art type of things. When you see them, they're going to be covers that you'll remember for years to come. Guys, if I'm talking too much, please stop me, because I can go on for hours talking about The Addiction.
No, but no, we can feel the excitement and the passion, Vincent. This is really exciting for us as well. And I think it's important for everybody to hear from you directly, just, what a labor of love this is and how it came to be. So yeah, keep on going. Yeah. You definitely want to get into the Grimaldi thing, as well as what the experience at your booth at New York.
Oh, okay. So let me talk about Grimaldi. So another thing, David and I are huge foodies, and I grew up in the Italian restaurant business, and I've always had a passion for cooking, passion for food. And I said, what hasn't been done in comic books yet? And I think one of the things that hasn't been done really is launching a comic book in conjunction with a New York City restaurant. So I thought about places I really loved, and I thought about Grimaldi's Pizzeria at the Limelight. Now, for those of you who aren't native New Yorkers or don't know about Grimaldi's is a coal oven pizza, and they started off under the Brooklyn Bridge as part of the whole Patsy's story. That's another story. Basically, Grimaldi's at the Limelight. The Limelight used to be a church. The church was converted into a nightclub, which was huge in the 80s and 90s. And now it's turned into a high-end shopping, as well as this amazing pizzeria called Grimaldi's. So I reached out to the owners of Grimaldi's and told them about my idea, and they loved it. They love comic books. They are so into pop culture. One of the owners also does a social media channel about Disney, so he and his wife are really into that. But we started talking, and basically the whole concept was, we're going to put Grimaldi's on the cover of one of our comic books. So that's the product placement part of this, or branding, or cross promotion. And now, if you go into Grimaldi's at the Limelight, and they also have a location at Douglas and Long Island. So if you're in Long Island, you go to the Douglas shop and you order the Addiction Special. By the way, you can also order it on Seamless and Grubhub. So if you order the Addiction Special, which is pepperoni, mushrooms, and truffle oil, you will get a QR code, which is on a business card, which I think will also become collectible. We only printed 500 of them so far. And you will get that QR code, and you can then read the beginning of the Addiction, about 6 or 7 pages, to get a flavor of it, and then you can buy it either through Veve or through us. And so that was one of one of the other ways I wanted to differentiate us from the rest of the pack. We have posters that are going up in the pizzerias tomorrow. The other thing we're doing that's really cool, we also have, we're doing a signing in case you can't make New York Comic Con on Friday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be on Broadway between 12th and 13th at one of the greatest comic book stores in the history of New York City,
Midtown?
Forbidden Planet.
Oh,
So
yeah.
me, David, Claudia, Andres, and hopefully Dave Sharp, who is our letterer, who did an amazing job, will be there signing, and it's going to be a blast. And in terms of booth experience, see, I always remember every time that when I've been going to conventions as a little kid, but as the business has evolved and changed, what I've noticed is, sometimes you have promoters and publishers and independent publishers who just have a booth and they're sitting there and they kind of look like sad sacks and they're just, they're just like twiddling their thumbs. And that's not our bag. That's not what we do. Anybody who knows me from the vintage comic book business knows that I like to make a really great impression in terms of showcasing comic books in a way that I believe they need to be treated with great respect, love, and adoration in terms of their importance in terms of being, in my opinion, the greatest American art form. And so what we're doing at our booth, we're going to have this incredible backdrop with the Veve blue cover on it. Everything is branded The Addiction and Veve. We take our partnership with Veve extremely seriously. And what you'll also see at the booth is you'll see Claudia and Andres Labrada. They'll be there signing. And David and I will be there as well signing if anybody wants my autograph, which still is going to be very weird for me. But we're also going to have Andrew, who is our global branding manager, helping run the booth, as well as we'll have two Nickies there. So I will have, we will have two Nickies at the booth if anybody wants to take pictures. And we're also, one thing I haven't really told anybody on Veve yet, and this is something that's really important. We will be having a cosplay contest. So the whole idea here is the best cosplayer as Nikki or one of the other characters from the story, if you can get a costume together in time, if you win the cosplay contest, you'll be photographed, and that photograph will be one of the variant covers for issue number 3. So that's one of the things we have not really announced very much yet, but we've had our hands full, to say the least. But we're trying to make this really fun. We'll also our Nickies will have some props, and we're actually going to the Limelight tomorrow night. The Grimaldi's at the Limelight tomorrow night to shoot some video for social media. So you'll
don't have time.
Nickies, our Nickies, and they're both fantastic people, incredible energy. They both look the part, which is also really cool. Nikki is, by the way, just for those of you who don't know a lot about our character, Nikki is biracial. She's half Chinese American and half Italian American. And one of the reasons we did that was because we wanted to have someone who looked rather unique, someone who appealed to a variety of different audiences and ages, and with that being said, it's really turned into this really cool looking character. And we also wanted to steep the character in some sort of reality. Here you are dealing with a comic book character, of course, with fantastic powers in a very strange world, but it's also steeped in the reality of New York City, which is another character in and of itself. But check this out. So my idea was, if you were really a superhero, unless you were, Superman, you don't walk around in a costume, because that's basically putting a bullseye on your chest. So the idea here is Nikki doesn't wear a costume. However, when she uses her power, the touch, when she uses the touch, her skin turns a chalky white and her eyes turn black. It's a very cool look and interesting, and you'll see it in the interiors of the first issue or online. Follow us at Addiction HQ on Instagram, or just check us out on X and anywhere else. We're working on everything. I think I just posted something on TikTok this morning. The Veve teaser video you guys did the other day, which was absolutely outstanding. Corey, you did such an amazing job, And your wife has been incredible too. We were on the on one of the live shows with her the other day. And it was so much fun. It's just been, this has all been more than I could have ever expected, and I'm incredibly grateful and very happy to be part of this Veve community and learning more about it, learning a lot more about Web3, and yeah, it's just been fantastic. So, oh, yeah. I mean, did I give you guys the elevator pitch? I don't even know if I've given you the elevator pitch. I think I told you a long, winded story about how this came to be, but I could give you the elevator pitch really quick if you'd like it.
I mean, if it was the elevator pitch, it was the a very tall building.
It was beautiful.
It was great. I'm so happy to have you here talking about this.
I can give you
one of the things I did want to get into. Sorry. One of the things I didn't want to get into here was about
they're just talking about the comic.
Physical comics on sale at your booth. Now, there's something very interesting that you're doing.
If OMI reaches a certain price,
probably unprecedented for a new release comic. Can you tell us about the physical version that you're selling at the booth?
Yeah. So this is really interesting for me. I was actually at Gary Vaynerchuk VCon in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I think this was
about
me.
A year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And a guy came up to me with a comic book, and all of his comic books had printed numbers on them.
Okay, and that was in the
wow, how'd you do that? So it's laser printing, and I thought it'd be really cool, and so people know what number they have. So I was like, all right, that's pretty darn cool. Okay, let's think about that. I'm putting that in my brain, and basically, what we have here is we have limited edition variants. So we have the NYC variants, which there are approximately 1,000. I should say approximately because there's some overages when printers print. So we might actually have a little bit more than 1,000 on the Veve Blue and Veve Red. On the rest of them, which I haven't even told you the covers, the Grimaldi's cover, we have the Aletha Martinez cover, which is in black and white and is absolutely gorgeous. We have the David Mack cover, David Mack from Kabuki, and he also created the character Echo and Daredevil. Worked on Daredevil, wrote Daredevil. He's an incredible creator, and he came on board, and so we got those three, and then of course one of the greatest digital cover artists of the modern age, Stanley Lau, who you probably know better as Art Germ. So he's doing, and those covers will be 600 each approximately. Then what we've done is we have a virgin version of each of those, and the no trade dress or virgin copies, they'll be limited to 25. We'll also have, which is really exciting, we'll also have the Labrada, Veve Blue, and Veve Red covers being sent down overnighted from our printer down to CGC, and Andres drove 3 hours from Miami to Sarasota to get into these CGC offices, and he signed right now 100 copies of each. There'll be another 100 coming up later on down the line, but for right now we have got 100 copies. They are signed, numbered CGC signature series, and they will be available at the booth as well. Also, on top of that, we're going to have limited edition NYC prints and limited edition cards with the covers on them, and a little story about the artist on the back. And I'm very wanted to share with everybody that my wife Josephine did a lot of the design work on the posters, the prints, and the cards, even our business cards, our QR codes. She's amazing. She's an amazing art director and designer, and I'm so happy she saved us. She pulled our butts out of the fire a few times this last week and a half. So it's been pretty amazing to have her. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so just to quickly recap, lots going on at the Addiction booth, including, if I heard correctly, lab CGC graded copies of both the Veve Red and Blue covers.
Yes.
Signed by Labrada.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. So I would suggest that you be prepared for the Veve fam and how they will bum rush your booth. come first thing Thursday morning.
I'm going to be, guys. I want you all to be prepared. Seeming like teary-eyed. Just give me a moment, because it's like beyond a dream come true for me to be able to do this. Just to even make this, and then to have such an incredible community enthusiastic about it really touches my heart. I cannot stress it enough. I don't take this lightly. I take my business very seriously, whether it's Metropolis or Comic Neck, my vintage dealership and auction company, or the Addiction comic book. I take it very seriously. It's near and dear to my heart, and I pour my life's blood into these things. And to have any type of positive reaction about it is going to just really be very powerful for me. And I'm thanking you all ahead of time. It's going to be really exciting, and I can't wait for it to start.
Yeah, same here. We're fired up on this side, obviously. I know you have David with you, and I'm not sure how close proximity it's going to weir out the mic, but maybe David, you want to add a little something about how excited and how this all came about?
Yeah. Obviously, one of the major part is I'm a good client of Vincent. Going back a couple of years now, and yeah, when he first shared me the idea, I just said, listen, we have to do it on Veve. You have to make it a digital version for us. And one thing leads to another. The exclusive cover idea came about. And when he showed me the pizza box idea, some of you probably may know, if I wasn't going to do Veve, or if I did retire from Veve, I was going to be a pizza retailer. So, and it was just naturally, I had to do it, bring it to our thing group. So the book will be available. They are real. I'm looking at them. In fact, I'm touching at it with it. So I'm overly excited. And there's more to share with you. The second part of the segment today. If I sound a little bit shaky, because I am shaky today, because there's a lot of announcements for this New York Comic Con, and I'm extremely excited. And I will be at the booth at Addiction every now and then in between, probably starting from Friday. I'm only there half day on Thursday. As you guys know, we got that massive CIP party happening. So I'm gonna get all set up. So we have a whole night of entertainment for you guys.
Amazing. Yeah.
Tell us about it, David.
All right. So this is, like we said, shaping up to be a pretty big New York Comic Con, and we do actually have some more to get into. So I want to thank Vincent once again for coming by. David, you can stick around as well.
Yeah.
We'll let Vincent run, but really look forward to meeting you in person. Vincent, I know we met briefly in San Diego, but just to, with everything going on, I'm really excited to kind of dive deep into the world of the addiction, and look forward to working with you.
Thank you so very much. It was a pleasure. And guys, if I was all over the place, it's just because I've never had a shipment of my own comic book with my name on it come into my office before. This is all a very, very overwhelming experience. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for everything you're doing to promote us and to explain to people what we're all about. Just know, everybody out there, that you're not dealing with people who are putting money first. You're dealing with people who love comic books, and that's really important. I think that anybody who gets into this has got to have that as the first and foremost thing, that they're passionate about this art form, and I really am dedicated my life to it. And it's just a fantastic experience. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, awesome. And if you haven't already, everybody, please give Vincent a follow, as well as the addiction handles on social, and let's just keep the vibes going.
All right.
We'll see you at the addiction booth, Vincent, and looking forward to it.
Right on. Thanks so much.
My nickname at the gym is Baby Lion.
Okay, so let's move on. We do want to cover quickly all of the Marvel drops that we have this week. Some bangers in the mix.
Just went over that.
David, do you want to talk a little bit about what the experience was about crafting this offering for this year? I know usually we do around Comic-Con a series of Marvel drops, especially if we're
It's a big announcement. It was a big announcement.
Make sure that we have a good lineup of things to promote over the course of the entire con. But this one is pretty epic, and obviously in celebration of 60 years of X-Men, we have a very X-Men forward offering this time. So you want to tell us a little bit how that all came together?
Yeah, thank you. Well, obviously you guys know about, I've been tweeting out the logo X for some time. I was just overly excited with, what we coming out partner with Marvel on this anniversary. Now, one of the major things we wanted to bring out was a different stylus type of color, and many of you guys probably have seen the style. It's very much I forgot the word. Corey.
Cell shading.
Yeah, cell shading, which is a form of, and shaders, different color, the shadow, and into it. So, bringing out something very truly unique, and hopefully we will start bringing out products these type of color variant, and this is a brand new launch line that we want to trial and test it out.
Yeah,
and
amazing. They look like they're ripped right from the pages of the comic books. It's really cool, and I'm really excited to see more Marvel collectibles in this style. For lack of a better term, cell shading is just kind of generally how we're characterizing the stylization on these 3D models. But Corey, I know you did a little bit more of a deep dive on this. Anything to add on that front?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, some people call it cell shading, some people call it toon shading, but really what it is just a way to take something that's animated and make it look more like a comic book. And we kind of saw the first instances of this like in the late 90s with Japanese animation films. Japanese animation films are really the first ones that really started applying this effect. And then you kind of saw it trickle down into larger media. And, so recently, Borderlands, the video game, isn't technically cell shading, but a lot of people refer to it in the same vein. Or, Miles Morales across the multiverse. But yeah, it's just such a unique way of representing our digital collectibles. And for me, it just feels a little more fresh because it has that comic book feel, which lets us tie it into some of the awesome comics that we already have. Kingpin coming out and us having Amazing Spider-Man number 50. It's so cool to be able to pair those things together. So I'm really excited to see more of these.
Absolutely. All right, so let's do a quick rundown.
I'm so ready for this announcement.
All right, so first off, on Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we have X-Men 60 Uncanny Years poster, which is an amazing poster done by the Marvel art design team. That is a list price of 30 gems. Only 600 editions on this one. It is a secret rare.
Get that.
And a con exclusive.
Get that. Go for it.
So, moving on to our first quote-unquote cell shading character, and Kingpin. He comes from the Daredevil universe, but obviously we know he made his first appearance in a Spider-Man comic. A foe to both street-level heroes in the Marvel universe. Or you want to give us just a quick little background on Kingpin?
For sure. Wilson Fisk, he made his first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man number 50. I've always liked him because I'm a big fan of Daredevil. I'm a big fan of street-level heroes, like when it comes down to it.
Preach.
And, Wilson Fisk has always been a unique hero or a unique villain because some villains are just kind of like you can't relate to them at all. But Wilson Fisk has always been calculated. He's very much a businessman, and he's always conniving to do a little bit better. And I've always liked his different representations in comics. Sometimes he's portrayed as, might makes right, like he's this unstoppable force, almost like a Rhino character, right? He's so strong, he could just rip anything in half. but all these unique portrayals over time has really just built like a really cool canonical background for the character. So no matter where you look, whether it's Netflix or a comic book, you have great representations of Kingpin, to fall back on. So it's awesome to see him as a collectible.
And so that'll drop on Friday, October 13th, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. That is a list price of 40 gems with 2,444 editions, and that comes in as an ultra rare first appearance. Very cool. Now, we have several at this point, quote unquote, Grail comics on Veve. Very fortunate to be working with Marvel, some of the most iconic books in their history. And Saturday's drop is no exception, with the coming of Uncanny X-Men #1. This is the very first X-Men issue in which all of the X-Men are introduced alongside Magneto. I know you were the breakdown king, Corey, so I'm going to ask you to give us a little bit more on this as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're an X-Men fan, it doesn't get much better than this. And this released like in an awesome time for comics, because Avengers #1 released, I think, on the same exact day even. But if you're one of those people that's always looking at articles and trying to predict what's going to be coming next.
Be advised, Alex was wrong on this. It didn't introduce all of the X-Men, but
X-Men series coming. So this comic, it's important. It can't be overstated. I mean, I think I said it in the breakdown video, but as long as I've been alive, there's always been an X-Men. And I just imagine if you were alive during that period and you picked this up off the newsstand for 12 cents and you were flipping through it, like how that must have blown your mind. And clearly it did, because more than half a century later, we're still rolling out awesome X-Men stuff. So I'm just madly excited for this comic. And it's just another great addition to the amazing number of grails that we are getting from Marvel.
Yeah, no doubt. There has been some bangers dropped on Veve over the course of the 2 or almost 3 years now that we've been dropping them. So looking forward to this one. This is, again, Uncanny X-Men #1, 1963, the first appearance of X-Men Magneto. This is also first appearance
for like everyone, right?
Yeah.
It's not everyone. Cyclops, Beast, Angel.
Magneto, amazing. So if you haven't seen it already, we have a breakdown video on the blog as well as the YouTube,
not all,
which are a lot of fun. But this drops on Saturday, October 14th at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. That is
shoot me a message on X.
Price of 20 gems.
Shoot me a message on that.
And total editions of 10,000. So Grails can be said, but this one is a banger for sure. All right, in keeping with the X-Men theme, the final Marvel drop of the weekend happens on Sunday, and we have more cell shading stylization in these two, and it is Professor X and Magneto both dropping at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on Sunday, 15th of October. These are individual sales, so they are not blind box. So that means you can join each waitlist independently.
Ooh,
nice. We have a list price of 40 gems.
Nice.
Professor X has 2,666 editions as
He's
an
like
ultra rare. Magneto has 2,888 editions
as
an ultra rare, both first appearances. I don't know what else we can say about the importance of these characters. I mean, it is the founder of the X-Men and his arch nemesis. Basically part of every major X-Men storyline over the years. But Corey, anything you want to add on these two particular characters?
Well, from like a collectible standpoint, a thing that got me really excited whenever I first saw this on the calendar is these are the first of our cel-shaded lines, but they're also both animated as well. So Kingpin releases first in terms of cel shading, but these will be the first animated cel shading. That's really, really cool. And I love the animation on Magneto. It's just beautiful. And like, when you think of X-Men, right? Like the two that you think of.
I'm gonna go for Magneto, but that's just me.
I mean, iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to clarify on the animation, the quote unquote power that they use has some motion to it. So obviously,
that's a static animation.
Yeah. So it's the brainwave on Professor X than
Come on. Big announcement.
magnetism, I guess.
I should have waited an hour and just started now.
Master of the mind, and the master of magnetism.
Indeed. All right, so that brings us to the end of the Marvel drop. We will have a little bit more X-Men. I'm sorry, a little bit more Marvel to talk about here.
Comment down below your name on X. I'll find you.
I want to get into some other things. Actually, let me ask David here. Do you have a little bit more time to spend with us? Because I definitely want to pick your brain on one of the things we're announcing today.
Yeah, I'll stay on that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. Okay, so as promised, we have a few things that we have not announced yet.
Oh
They're
my
also dropping this week. And we'll go ahead and start things off. I'm going to tweet this in real time.
Oh my God.
To the top here so we can all enjoy it together. This is a next drop from our friends at Tokidoki.
Ooh.
Tokidoki will be bringing their Mondo line. I almost said that wrong. Mondo line to Veve. And I think some of you may recognize this guy. And that's getting tweeted now.
Get it.
I'll pin that to the
Get
top.
it.
I'll get a good gander.
Get it.
Mondo from Tokidoki will drop.
Oh, $13. $13, yeah.
I'm sorry, Friday at 10 a.m. All the information is on the blog. I'm going to pin this to the top for you guys all.
There's 5 of them.
But let's go through the details.
$13 each. Getting them.
Quickly, we'll read this 5 Toki Mondo digital collectibles.
And that is on Friday.
Wait, the format on Friday, 13 a.m.
Oh,
Pacific 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The line of Haiku. There's a little backstory here. Basically, they live in a world and they step in a one of Toki's oldest restaurants entered the portal through the freezer when he was getting some stuff to cook up and discovered a world of all of these kaiju. And he brought one back. He brought an egg back with him and birthed it in Tokyo. So these little guys are doing their best not to destroy everything in the path. But they, as you can imagine, because they're Tokidoki, they're A, adorable, but B, trying not to wreak too much havoc. 5 collectibles. We'll start with Kaiju Pokemon, where giant seekers suppress things but has a natural inclination towards kindness. He learns not to destroy, but to cherish and respect our beautiful modern world. These are, blind box waitlists that are all going to be at 13 p.m. Pokemon Common at 2,650 editions. This is a con exclusive. Next up, the uncommon Kingdos. Kingdos has a double personality and changes his mind quite often. Sometimes his 2 brains start to argue. His ability to see everything surrounding him in 360 degrees helps him find gas stations and gasoline, which he didn't. This is 1850 edition, and that's the uncommon. Coming up next, the rare Mamimon. Mamimon is the gigantic amount, has a gigantic amount of patience and loves to take care of her children. He enjoys warming them up with the rainbow flames that come out of her mouth. This is the rare at 1,450 edition. Next up, the ultra rare. This is Kaiju Chameleon. Very little patience and gets mad easily. When Kaiju Chameleon gets angry, his reptilian cold blood starts boiling and changes the color of his skin. This is 1,050 edition as an ultra rare. And finally, Lil Bot, the secret rare. The Lil Bot loves to play with humans' cars, but ends up breaking them unintentionally. His favorite vehicle is a milk truck so he can drink all the milk. Often curious, he pulls open houses by the roof to check to see what's inside, like human kids do when playing with doll houses. This is the secret rare at only 750 editions.
I like this guy.
Dropped on the 13th of October, Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And this is Blind Box Waitlist. That article is live now, so check it out. Very excited for Tokidoki to join the lineup again. David, I know we've we've been friendly and working with Tokidoki for a while now, since probably the very beginning. But
They're the first.
tell us about Tokimondo and the character
Not sure yet.
Kaiju Tokimon, who appeared in very early loading screens of the app. It's finally here. We're finally getting it on Veve.
Yeah. Oh man, it's taking forever, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's finally coming to Veve officially as part of this Comic-Con 23 for New York. We have been waiting for so long. I mean, the monster, I do believe, was finished and approved over a year ago. We were just finding the right moment in time to puzzle and you know, with New York, there's just things that we need to bring. Kaiju needs to be taking down the New York City. Veve needs to be taking over the New York this Comic Con. So we just bringing out this exclusive series. Are we announcing another exclusive partnership, or that's going to be a secret on that?
We don't know.
Are you talking about the one associated with this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready to get into it now if you are.
Let's do it.
Okay,
let's go. I'm so excited because obviously one of the most famous toy shops in town. If you in New York, if you have time to drop by, a great friend of mine live. He owns the Toy Tokyo store. I let you guys take it away with what's coming out exclusive with Toy Tokyo on this occasion.
Yeah, I mean, it is like one of the New York standards in terms of collectibles and toys, designer toys. One of the very first to ever bring collectibles on that scale to wider audience. They have a cult following, if you will, and we are excited to bring out our next gold Toy Tokyo exclusive for Kaiju Tokimondo, and this is the gold Kaiju. I'm sorry, 35. Kaiju Toki Gold.
Only $35.
But let's get into details. This is a very exciting thing for us because obviously
14.
A Jermaine Rogers piece. We have Dragon Grove, also Tokidoki in gold.
Wow.
As part of the the Toy Tokyo Gold line.
This guy's
But
classic.
this is a secret rare collectible Tokidoki Pokemon. The Kaiju Toki Gold is a rare breed that lives on a secret volcanic island described in a pirate's map. You dig to the center of the island, you will find Kaiju Toki Gold's secret cave where he guards his hoard of treasures. He often comes to the surface of the earth to hunt for more treasure, and everywhere he steps through his giant footprints that fill the earth with gold. So, this drops on Saturday, October 14th,
I want it.
1 p.m. Pacific,
Gotta get
1 p.m. Eastern. The list price of 35 gems.
super cheap.
Super rare and only 500 editions. So keeping in
Super
the tradition
cheap.
of Toy Tokyo drops on Veve, this is going to be a scarce one.
This is.
I'm really excited to bring.
I wish we could use MCP points for this.
With the collaboration again on Tokyo. So that is again on Saturday. Really excited about that. Because Toy Tokyo, I assume, is going to have a good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And
Rock with Blockchain's excited.
retailer, they're basically one of those institution toy store that bought many of the artists, collabs, you know, the famous calls from Frank's works, Tokidoki's work, Simone, Jimmy Rogers, Gary Basement. He supported all these artists when no one even knows, including the first ever Funko Pop's Bubblehead was sold through Toy Tokyo before they all got big. So it's one of those good fits when you sell for them and very, very collectible. So if you they will have a store quite nearby the other side of the hole in the end. So yeah, please do drop by and say hi to the owner live there. He's going to be there the whole weekend.
All right.
But basically, we've been waiting for another piece of product that
Tokidoki, guys.
it's called that.
It is
taking a while.
Tokidoki.
So I hope,
No bronze.
people who love the gold and
Tokidoki.
silver edition, this is another one to add to your collection.
Absolutely. And Lev is a legend. So yeah, definitely make sure you swing by and say what's up. Or if you're in town for Comic-Con, go by Toy Tokyo. It's an amazing little shop. And it's quite overwhelming to be honest with you. It's amazing in there.
I believe their booth is 1170, by the way.
1170. Thank you very much for it.
To the moon.
All right. How about some more? Are we feeling all right? We feeling good? We think we have a couple more in us?
Yeah. So, how much are we refilling every day today, right? On the show.
Yes. So next up, I will let you take us away, and Corey, actually, since there is a little teaser video about it coming. But we have the first digital comic by one of our favorite artists on the platform. David, tell us about Big Top Propaganda.
Oh my God, this is so a lot of you probably have seen a lot of Ron's product been coming out. He made an exclusive comic with additional pages for Veve. So for the very, very first time, we're going to be releasing a Ron English comic book on Veve, and this also had the extended version, because when I read through it, I told Ron, I feel we just need a little bit more. So he put together additional, I think, 10 more or a dozen page of the story of the rabbit he created.
$7.
Which
2,800. 2,800 mint.
So that's coming onto
First available mint is number 81.
And a lot of you who's going to be at the 12th VIP party, you will be very surprised, and you will see a lot of the party decoration is created by Ron. So I hope, and he will be there doing signings. He will be there taking photos and sign your collectibles on the spot. But Corey, I'll let you take it away on introducing this new masterpiece.
Yeah, we're going to be getting 2 variant covers, and I want to say this thing is like 45 pages, so it is thick. And you're getting a primary story, and then that additional 10-page story that David was talking about with rabbits. And if you're a fan of Ron English, especially his like classic billboard sort of art, the comic is packed with that sort of artwork, and it's drawn in that style. So all the pages kind of look like they're tea stained. It's very like gritty. I love it, and I hope you all love it too. It's going to be really amazing. And like I said, 45 pages, so you're getting quite the bang for your buck on this one.
Yeah, definitely. Ron, as we all know, film, the world that he built, and this is pretty fantastic stuff.
So it ties into that, Alex, what you're talking about. It ties into Delusionville, so it's going to give you like a deeper insight into that world, because Ron built like religions and species and characters, and it's sort of a play on our current society as he perceives it. So it's
heck yeah.
It is awesome.
Huge. It's huge. It's the hugest, the biggest we've ever seen. It's gonna be a great week.
You're gonna get what you asked for. It's this very low run.
2,800 mints.
So I can go quickly into that.
I'd have to double check. I haven't seen the finalized numbers on that.
Yeah,
or at least they're not in front of me right now. Okay,
I got it. Yeah, the article published. So it is dropped on the 15th of October. That's Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a $6.99 Gems comic with 2 variant covers. The total editions between the 2 variant covers is 2,888. So pretty scarce. The common is only 2,222, while the ultra rare is 666. So that's a 2 variant cover or 2 cover offering for this digital comic on Veve. Ron English's first digital comic with us, and boy, is it something. So be on the lookout for that. That drops Sunday. Very excited.
And we'll have a teaser video for you all for that as well.
Yes.
So Ron will talk about it and give you a little bit of insight.
All right. Well, we're at the top of the hour, and I don't know. I think we covered a lot of good stuff today. We covered predictions. We covered all the Marvel drops. We got some other drops that we are announcing today. Be it Big Top Propaganda from Ron English, Toki Gold, and Toki Mondo from Tokidoki. But somehow I feel like it's just not quite enough yet. I think we can do
one more.
Maybe one more. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, we in New York, right? So celebrating the X-Men anniversary is a big thing. I call Marvel. Well, we're in New York Comic Con, and what else has to happen in New York? So we wanted, I wanted to make sure that we are going to bring out another key product, and this is the first ever time exclusive cover variant of a #1 comic. I was very, very lucky to get this onto Veve as a physical product from Marvel. So I do want to announce that we are getting, and it will be sold first come, first served basis
at the booth,
at the Veve Marvel booth. The suspense, the Superior Spider-Man Returns #1 as a physical comic. This is a truly dream come true for me. The backside of the comic, you will see the Veve logo. There are two variants, which I will let Corey to run through after this. But really, I wanted to bring something belongs to New York City. And what else could we celebrate with this amazing addition to your collection? So this is another way what new physical items to get sign up. So Corey, I'm touching it. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram or Twitter. It is real. It is the boxes were shipped to Vince's office. And we had the first time the privilege to open the box and smell the paper. It's amazing. I think that's the best
thing about all of this is how excited you get about it, Dave. You've been sending pictures of you opening the boxes. It's super exciting for all of us.
Yeah, so you take it away because I'm just overjoyed.
For sure. And do we have the video ready to go out, Alex, for that one, the teaser video?
Oh,
yeah, it's right up top. Ready?
It's
awesome. And so what David's talking about is this is our first physical only comic from Marvel. There'll be two variants for it, and it's for Superior Spider-Man Returns #1. And this is a 10th anniversary spectacular one-shot that pays homage to that Superior Spider-Man run. And if you're not familiar with that one, it was a super popular run. Essentially, Doc Ock and Peter Parker swap brains because Doc Ock believes he can be a superior Spider-Man.
That is
like a wildly popular comic.
Heartbreaking
comic. The anniversary of that is coming up. And this
heartbreaking.
Comic, the physical comic, doesn't release from Marvel,
Beautiful.
the French version of it, until the 11th. And our BD variants of it become available for sale the following day at New York Comic Con. This is super exciting because we are prepping to release a comic at the same exact time, a physical comic at the same exact time as Marvel. It's such a massive.
I can do it after this.
For us.
Really easy.
What do you think, Alex?
Like in 2 minutes.
I fear for my life once we get stampeded by Veve fam wanting to get their hands on this thing because it is beautiful. Take a look at the video pinned up top. We have two ways to purchase this. Physical only, available for purchase at New York Comic Con. There is the Veve physical variant, which is $20, credit or debit only, or the Veve Virgin variant, which is available in a bundle that comes with the Veve variant and a Virgin variant in this New York Comic Con exclusive bundle, and that is $50. So while supplies last, we'll have that available at our booth. So orderly about it. We'll probably queue everybody up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
Yeah, Veve is on the back cover of this, and these are obviously a big deal because as Corey mentioned, this is an homage to the original Superior Spider-Man Returns run from Dan Slott and I believe Ryan Bregman, who returned along with
Stegman, yeah.
Stegman, sorry. Okay. Ryan Stegman, who are joined by superstar artist Mark Bagley, Giuseppe Concoli, and Humberto Ramos, who we have actually some work on the platform already, both in the form of Veve exclusive covers and a one-of-one Marvel artwork. So this is pretty awesome.
And our Veve exclusive, to the two Veve exclusive physical variants we're getting, the exclusive artists for those are Mike McCone and Israel Phillips.
Yes, we will have the article with a little more information later today on the blog. But for now, enjoy the teaser video and make your game plan to get to the booth and buy yours. It's amazing. It's an amazing milestone, I think, for the company, and I can imagine for you yourself, David, in having something that you worked so closely on in Veve, have it represented on a actual physical Marvel comic.
Yeah, I mean, this is why I really that the comic cover exclusive for a non-retail shop, and normally you have to order them. You have to sell it now before you can get these covers done. Yeah, we're very, very lucky. They are extremely hard to get. They are very, very limited run. Obviously, the reason why we make the Virgin variant, you have to buy in bundles because they only printed a few of those for us. The artwork was amazing. I was very lucky to work with the artist to pick out the artwork I wanted to be on the first ever Veve Marvel physical comic. You definitely don't want to miss this one. The story, the colors, the style, the characters, it's a very good issue. It's a very big book. Once again, this is the true dream come true for myself as a collecting business. This is the high. This Comic Con having Addiction comic coming out with the physical release. So just keep in mind when you purchase the Addiction comic, the CGC graded one, you're going to accompany with a redemption code for a digital one. And so that's amazing. That's our first true digital comes out. And, just having our own exclusive physical variant cover for Marvel on the official #1 issue is something, milestone for us, as you mentioned. So, guys, hopefully you guys will get yourself a hand onto one of these. I know a lot of people who don't even click Veve, who just click comic, will be after this artwork. So, get there early.
Especially because it's the first ever. It'll be the first ever Marvel physical comic we ever release. Yeah. So even people that are outside of Veve are just going to see the concept of that's the first ever and this company's doing well. I need to have that. Yeah. So I just hope I can get one. Same.
Yes, indeed. So do I. We'll see how it goes, but really excited about it. And I want to thank everybody for coming by today. Everybody on stage. David, thank you for taking time out today to talk about all this amazing stuff we have going at Comic-Con. Do you have any parting words before we wrap things up and get ready to hop on planes and head your way?
Yeah. For those of you who are traveling in, be safe, and we'll hope to see you in the event itself or one of our Veve party events. Really looking forward to just to catch up with the wider team. I think there's over 30 members going to be in town on Veve, so we're here to host you and a great night in the Veve party. If you haven't registered or been invited or been one. You know, I think we are going to be opening the next lot of the gold Mowgli holders. But I think the entrance will be a lot later because we are currently over capacity being, you know, like 10x than where we should be, to be honest. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see how that goes. But can we give any details? I know you talked a little bit about Ron English art being on screens and present in the venue. But can you tell us a little bit more about what's happening on party? I heard something crazy about some aerialists or something like this.
Oh yeah, we've got a night of entertainment coming. You know, the entertainment's going to be great, and plus you are going to see the first thing of the Funko Veve Marvel Iron Man, the Tony Stark 18-inch toy. You know, come see it. We've got a lot of prices. We've got a lot of giveaway for the evening, so you do want to get there if you can. And I do believe that afterwards that we will be moving the statues, the 18-inch Funko toys to the booth in the venue. So yeah, to come across. So some of you will get the first sneak peek to look at it. And I do believe they are sending us the entire set. So
oh wow, okay.
I haven't physically seen them. But the truck driver who's delivered 100 cartons this morning saying, well, you know, what are these? I mean, they showed up to someone's house with 100 cartons.
Okay, well, thank you, whoever is holding those for us till the morning. But all right, well, that's good. You know what? It's funny. We got through all of this. We didn't even really touch a bit on the Funko relationship. We haven't talked to you, David, about this. Let's just briefly talk about what another milestone for Veve and our first digital release with a major toy company, Funko, which is incredible. This is the first time that this form factor has been offered in the gold line. This is an 18-inch Tony Stark Iron Man, as you have probably seen. But as David mentioned, we'll have that on display at the party, and likely the booth will be doing a bit of a unveiling or a teaser and during our stage presentations that we have on stage with Marvel this year. And for any of those people who cannot attend, Marvel will be streaming over the course of the weekend, and our Saturday presentation from the stage will be available on VOD from YouTube. So you'll at least get to see that, and you'll get to see the 18-inch Iron Man in video form. We will also, if all goes according to plan, be able to unveil the edition numbers for this run and each of the different choices as the physical point. So very excited about this. Funko is a big deal. We're excited to hang out with them at the VIP party. And just a quick note on housekeeping for the gold and silver logo holders, as you've seen in your email or confirmation with the invite, there's a very short window in which to do your gold and silver logo redemption in person with David. And that'll be from 7 to, what was it, 7:45, David?
Yeah, pretty much 7:40. We do want to keep the you know, move these along so you guys enjoy the whole night of entertainment. And the other thing they probably want to bring up, and you know, another you know, milestone for Veve was the partnership with Marvel in releasing the first fashion digital on Veve with the famous French design house Christian Louboutin.
Oh, Louboutin. Yes, of course. Yeah, so this is an exciting partnership. Louboutin has done a capsule collection with Marvel for shoes, accessories, etc., inspired by Marvel characters and a world that Christian himself has built based on his love of comics called the Loubiverse. With each purchase in this capsule collection comes a promo code for redemption of a digital collectible on Veve, which is amazing. And it is, I believe, this Sea Queen. Is that what it's called? One sec. Yeah, Sea Warrior. Sorry, Sea Warrior Special Edition is crafted in honor of the collaboration between Louboutin and Marvel. So you will get that edition if you buy anything from the capsule collection. Also, if you attend any of the release events that you probably should follow Louboutin to find out when and where those would be, you get, if you attend in person, you get a second digital collectible, which is the Sea Queen, which is basically a sketch of one of the original shoes from the capsule collection, which is pretty crazy. It's a beautiful sketch from Louboutin himself. And you can see his signature on it as well. And that will be available again by attending one of the launch events. So an amazing partnership, you know, fashion, comics, collectibles, toys. You know, the world is expanding. The Veve world is expanding. And we're really excited that you're all along for the ride with us. And we look forward to meeting and seeing all of you in New York. David, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks, guys.
And
Triple set.
Yeah. Corey, parting words, you good?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you who can make it. Thank you so much for coming to the space.
Okay, that's it. We're done. I'll do a quick recap. Tokidoki set is going to be really cool. That's going to be on Friday. They're going to have another golden Tokidoki thing on Saturday. That's really cool. They're doing a physical Marvel comic, which is it is one of the most heartbreaking, amazing Spider-Man stories between Spider-Man and Doc Ock that I've ever freaking read. It is beautiful. It is, I don't know how much it's worth, but it's so good. You will get lost in it. You will go and you'll read the whole, unless you have to go to the bathroom. You're gonna get lost in that story. It is so good. It's so beautiful. It's so yeah, and that's something that I really wish that a lot of people would read some of these comics. Some of these comics are amazing and the stories are so good. But you know, people just like, I'll buy them for X amount of dollars. Anyway, but that's it. You know, there's no other real no Wolverine, no X-Men stuff, no anime, no Veveverse stuff. They'll that part comes later. Trust me, that this is what's happening is really good, and the party's gonna be even better. Met up on it like those Sea Warriors. Oh God, let's take a look. Who's got them? There's only one Sea Queen, and the Sea Warrior. Wow, the cheapest Sea Warrior is 5K. That's nuts. Well, hello, friendos. Thank you so much for being here today. Yeah, Airbnb. Check out. I'm stuck. Unless I can check in early at the next one, which would be cool. So the issue I have with getting that Marvel physical comic is that one Airbnb I check out of, I'm going on Wednesday. I check out of the one that I get into on Wednesday on Thursday at 11, and then I can't check into the next Airbnb until 3, so I'm kind of stuck for a few hours. I'll see if I can get an early check-in. I don't know if I can or not. Again, I do have press passes, so I could get there early, and I could go in and get everything. But you know, I don't know what my schedule is this week. It's going to be freaking ridiculous. I don't know who I'm interviewing and who I'm not interviewing, and where I have to be, where I have to go. Like I said, I'm still kind of getting over this thing. Like I'm pretty much fine now, outside of the coughing that I had before. Let's go over OMI real quick before we get this bread. But the drops are insane. The current situation between Gaza and Israel is it sucks. It's unfortunate. but it's nothing the world hasn't seen before. The market doesn't seem to be tanking. I mean, Bitcoin and ETH are down. Actually, all of the top 10 is down multiple percent. So actually, everything is down. I don't know if that's because of the conflict in the Middle East right now. OMI's staying pretty okay at number 122. It is at 00088. It's a fine place to accumulate, if you want to. So pumped. Let's go get this bread. I love this game. I do want, after Comic-Con, maybe even one day, maybe even on Wednesday, I'll get there early. And go to the protests that are in Times Square. People in support of the people of Palestine, people against it, people in support of Israel, people against Israel. Just to go and have those conversations. Just to be like, hey, can we try to find what makes us human, and then try to find some commonality between there, and then go from there, and then discuss those issues. I think that those are important conversations to have. So I might even do that the day before Comic-Con. I'll keep you guys posted on it. If this war gets worse, countries get involved, everything. Again, this conflict has literally been going on for hundreds of years, like probably thousands of years. It's not something that'll. It's not an easy solution. Okay, love each other. You're not gonna. It's real. It gets really hard to do that. It gets really hard. But that's the point of the conversation. So we'll see. I mean, maybe I wouldn't be really too much worried about this. I'd be more worried about the. I would be more worried about the, China, South China Sea, whatever. Like, Israel doesn't need the U.S.'s help. Israel's like the fourth nuclear power in the world. I don't think the people of Palestine have like a standing air force or army. So if Israel wanted to, it could be over pretty quick. But in South China Sea, we have all those alliances over there, all those a lot of big militaries on each side. That gets a little more hairy. So that's the one I would be. That could cause the market to tank more than just the Israeli Palestine conflict. But the announcements were they had more Tokidoki drops. A drop is going to be on Friday. It's a blind box. There's 5 of them, $13 each. It'll be great. It'll be a fun set to collect. On Saturday, it's a golden Tokidoki drop. There's only 500 of them, which means 410. Only $35. Be very, very lucky if we're able to get that. And then they announced physical stuff on physical Marvel comic. I'll go and see which one it is real quick. Because I actually don't know what it's called, but I've read it before. It is the Superior Spider-Man Returns. Superior Spider-Man in this one, I don't want to give anything away. It's just one of the most creative, barbaric, yet beautiful comics that's really been written in recent history, and I love it. So, Lord wants us to pray though. Yeah, listen. There's a lot of wrong on both sides of that. There's a lot of innocent people on both sides of that. There's a lot of hate that's been taught on both sides of that. And yeah, it gets really hard. Yeah, a lot of great stuff announced. But as far as the conflict goes, like I said, I think on Wednesday, what I'd like to try to do is go to the Times Square where those protests are, and just try to have interviews, and just hopefully I don't just get like F the other side, hopefully I just get like, hey, listen, here's what we're experiencing, here's what my family's experiencing, here's what has really been done to us, here's what I've seen, and just get that from both sides, like, okay. And yeah. And Slot and Brother Reynolds will be signing the Marvel booth on Friday too, so that would be good to get. That'd be great. Yeah, Dan Slott is, he's a shorter, wider dude. He's a cool dude though. He seemed to be a cool dude. Get these releases. Will do. Yeah, I want to get these releases first. Hold on, my friends are here. My friends are home. Hi. I missed you guys. It's been a while. Yeah, me too. Had the alarm go off in my phone, the feed bun, because you told me to, and I kept the appointment. Her bunny died, so that's that is not that was not fun. Anyway, that was Pat post that he doesn't want that protest in the city again. Oh, how am I supposed to talk to people if he doesn't want them protest? Like, I understand that you don't want to have certain things in your area because it wouldn't look good, be a re-election year next year. But that's part of the First Amendment. That's part of being able to go and protest. That's literally in the First Amendment. And then you also have people like me that just want to go and have conversations, and it's really, really hard. It's really, really hard to go and conversate with people if they don't have a place to go. But thank you for the info, and thank you for being a member. Marvel coming available. Is it limited stock? Let me see. It is. Physical cover. Right. It is coming on, I think on Thursday it is. Giant size one shot by Dan Schlott. Yeah. All right, come on. So freaking cool. All right, hold on. Oh God, look at that. It says Veve right on there. It's so heckin' beautiful. But it doesn't say what. I'm assuming Thursday. Like, I think it's first comes, first serve. Yeah, I would immediately go and get it. And then as soon as that happens, I would just go to CGC or whoever and get it graded. Hey, my girl, my cousin Yostef is like, whoa, I never meant to brag. Now I got a marijuana now. Whoa. Man, this is insane. Yeah. Anyway, who the hell am I going to put? It's a good point. We don't need all these migrants coming here. Try not to get too political, but so listen. You have so I don't want to get too political either, but listen, where was it before? Again, both sides can get really, really dirty here. And I'm not, but when you have someone that is both sides be doing that, and also when you don't have a standing army, when you don't have an air force, when you don't have a military, and here's this mercenary fighting force that's ready, like, hey, we'll fight for you. Okay, like I don't. It's an impossible situation in just in that area for again for both sides. And obviously, let's say you're on the Israeli side, then it's like, okay, well, listen, some of those people over there are really good people, but clearly a lot of them aren't. Where you have a lot of people just doing rocket attacks, trying to get hospitals, trying to do whatever. It's a very, very sticky situation, and it's just very, very hard to go and try to find the best solution. There's no 100% right way. There's a way that'll cause less damage than the rest. Yes, wasn't me. Nancy, a good brother with Spider-Man comic. I love you time. Listen, I I would love nothing more than to help everyone out and be like, yeah, I'll grab this for you, I'll grab this for you. But one, I'd be floating like thousands of dollars, and two, you know, if I do it for one, I have to do it for everyone. So I can't. I'm sorry. The gold and silver logo group will be doing something for other people in other countries for the for the Funko one, but that is limited to the other gold and silver logo holders. But we are trying. So but steady. Randy did 10K one day. Hoping there was a surprise at the kickoff event on Thursday night. There's going to be a lot of surprises at the kickoff event on Thursday night. Exclusive Veve drops in France. Maybe. I don't know what it'd be. But yeah, I can picture something exclusive to happen in the France. That's been very spectacular. It was cool. I liked it. But yeah, I think people were expecting like, you know, but I liked it. Like Superior Spider-Man comes out in stores on Wednesday. We'll be at the booth for the Veve covers. Okay. Gotcha. Videos, images he saw, murder, kidnaps. But what he didn't like is what people were protesting at times. Yeah, bad times. So I know you. Of course. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being with me for that. That was great. I'm gonna go and charge my stuff, and I will. I will catch you all later. Rewatch Stranger Things. Bye, guys.